Hi, this is Drew McCann. I'm the head of learning at LitLab.ai, and I'm going to give a brief overview of LitLab just so you can see what the program is all about. So, LitLab's goal is to make early reading more differentiated, engaging, and curriculum aligned. And we do this by aligning to various scope and sequences and specific lessons within each scope and sequence. The reason being is students need at least 4 to 6 exposures in practice of phonics patterns to consolidate that pattern. So we want to make sure we're giving them decodables and reading practice aligned to the lessons in their scope and sequence to increase those practice opportunities. So to get started, you will just select your scope and sequence, and then you can select the skill that you're working on. So for example, if I'm working on CK diagraph tomorrow, I can select lesson 44. Then I press search, and I will be able to see all the decodables that are aligned to this lesson in our grab and go library. For example, this story, Beck on the Deck. In this story, you can see that the character is obviously very cute. It's about a young skunk named Beck and his adventures with his friend the duck. You can scroll down to see all of the words in the story categorized into 4 categories. The really important thing here is you can see that there are a lot of different target skill words for students to practice and consolidate that phonics pattern. Here you can see that all of the words only have grapheme-phoneme correspondences that have already been taught up to this point in the scope and sequence, and they all have that target skill, the CK diagraph. You can also look at the words to pre-teach, and these are words that have at least one grapheme-phoneme correspondence that has not been taught yet. For example, in UFLI, they have not taught CH diagraph yet, so this is categorized as a word to pre-teach. Each of our stories have extension activities, so you can click comprehension questions. You can see the comprehension printable here, also available in Spanish, and the comprehension questions are integrated throughout the story if you assign it online. We also have a fill-in-the-blank activity, which is great for vocabulary and sentence structure. If you scroll up, you can see that we have various printing options. So we have single image if you want the story to only be text with the main cover image. We also have a booklet, so it feels a bit more like a book when students are reading it. Any of our stories can also be assigned online just by clicking assign here. You'll just have to make sure you roster your class before doing so. We also have a create experience, and here is where teachers can create their own materials like custom decodables or printable activities. You can create fiction, nonfiction, or reader's theater decodables, all aligned to the skill that you're teaching. So if you can go back to that CK diagraph, select that, and you'll be able to select your character. You can choose a character name. The students love to see their names in the story, and you can enter any custom keywords. For example, maybe a high frequency word you just taught, or maybe you incorporate a student interest like unicorn. When you're ready, you just press create decodable and your decodable will load and generate. We also have a printable activity generator. Here you can generate sentence fluency pyramids, and we also have more activities coming soon. You'll just select the skill that you're working on, such as lesson 44, and it will generate a pyramid. Once you click the dashboard, this is where you'll roster students, this is where you'll create new assignments and monitor their progress. So here you can see I already have a roster. This student, for example, Avery, is currently working on lesson 14. You can see that she has 2 stories assigned and she's not completed them yet. You can also open up her story drawer to see her latest reading history in the past 14 days. My favorite part is to be able to see the comprehension question and the accuracy at the top of the story cards, really to see if there are any stories that should be flagged or viewed. So for example, I can see this story. Avery has 86% overall accuracy. Spelling is 1 out of 2. You can see that she spelled the word big incorrectly. And here I can listen to my student read aloud just by clicking play. You can also see that the AI flagged the word big as incorrect, and you can verify the AI analysis if you need to do so. There are a lot more data views, but because this is a short video, I'm going to keep it at that. But it is really easy to roster your students. You just press create a class when you land on the dashboard. You can log in via class link, Clever, or manually via class code, or you can send your students a link. You can get that link just by clicking here. If you have any questions or you'd like to give any feedback, feel free to email me. My email is drew, DREW, at LitLab.ai. And if you'd like to sign up, it's super easy. Just go to www.litlab.ai, LITLAB.ai, and click sign up, and you'll be able to create a free account. Thank you. I hope you enjoy.